Hello everyone, I hope you're in the mood for some nice sparkly cocktails because that's what I've got for you with these cards. This set of cards is called the Birthday Celebration Cocktails and it all comes on one sheet as a download from Craftshoe Print. I'm going to put the link down underneath, but let me show you what lovely cards you can make with them. There are a number of varieties, but you'll really only need one top sheet to choose and one insert. This is one of the choices, which I made into just a plain card. What I love about it is the wording. It says, the best cocktails are the ones we drink with friends. And after all this lockdown saga, I think that that's a sentiment that we can all heartily get behind. It's lovely. There it is with the insert. But I want to show you something a bit more unusual. I want to show you how you can make this into a twisted easel card. This is one out of the same set, very similar with the cocktails and balloons, but without the wording. But look at this, it props up on an angle like that. Can you see that? And just makes it a little bit more unusual. So let me show you the secrets of making a twisted easel card. First of all, as I say, you're going to need the download for these cocktails, and this is the sheet that you'll get. It costs just 70p, and it has on it the front of the card. I've chosen the one with the wording on, the best cocktails with friends. It's got some little sentiments at the bottom for us to add, and it's got these elements that you can add on 3D foam pads as decoupage to really lift the front and give it some interest. As you can see on these that I did here, I don't know whether you can see down the gaps there, but they're layered up and they look really lovely in real life. There's a couple of other things that you'll need. You'll need an insert, one something like this. It comes separately. This one is 40p, and you'll also need a card blank and a piece of card the same size to fit it. Get those out. There we go. A card blank folded down the middle, and I've got another piece of card here that's exactly the same size that's going to fit on like that. But I'll come to that in a minute. When you do your download, it's quite a big card. This one actually measures 7 inches by 7 inches. So you would need a 7x7 card blank for it. But what I've done is I've scaled it down. I've done that on my computer, on my printer, because I've got a little box on the menu that says percentage. And instead of going for 100%, I scaled it right down to 60%, and it came out considerably smaller at this size. And these will actually fit onto a 6x6 card blank, so it's a whole lot more convenient. But with that, once you've cut that out, whatever size you do it, you'll also get all the little elements on the side. The big two cocktails, the frozen margarita and the side one, an additional small one to go as a third layer. You'll also get these little umbrellas, and these decorate the sides however you like. So that's just how it's going to come out for you, that one and that one. But I've gone ahead and already cut these out for myself. So that's how it will look. That's the main one, and that's the insert. So let's make the twisted easel. So this is nice and easy. It's already got the fold down, so I'm just going to fold the card over corner to corner and make a nice crease with my bone folder, or with something firm that you can make a nice crease with. Open it up again, because we're going to now do just one score line, and it goes from the top right hand corner of the front to the bottom left hand corner, which is down at the bottom of the fold. So just line it up and use a ruler and a blunt blade or a scoring tool to mark down the front, nicely like that. And what we're going to do then is fold it inwards, going nicely. It's quite a thick card, this. I think it's a 250 GSM or something. And then I'm going to press it along with my bone folder. Okay, now that looks pretty odd, but you can see it coming together already. When you stand it up, it's going to be an easel, a platform here. But onto that, we're going to put another plain piece of paper. So I'm just going to glue this onto this part, the bottom right hand triangle. So let me just put some wet glue on there. I'm using PVA glue. It sticks nice and firmly. It dries in about 10 seconds. And the other thing is it dries nice and clear. So if any goes over onto the other bit, it's not going to show and ruin your card. So with my second piece of card, I'm coming down and completely covering the front like that. There we go. Just smooth it out and make sure it's stuck. And then, as before, when you lift it up, it's now standing on that easel, but it's now standing higher. Okay, so that's your twisted easel. So onto that, we're nice and easily going to cut our new card front. Stick it down again with wet glue. Just doing around the edges, thin layer. You don't want too much glue because it tends to swell the cardboard if you get too much water into it. But PVA glue is pretty good. We're going to stick that on over there. And again, I'm just smoothing it out with a cloth, or with a paper towel, to get it to stick nice and firm. Okay, so you can see it coming together already. Okay. We'll move on and do the inside before doing the fancy decorating. And again, I've cut out my insert ready. When you make an easel card, it shows a lot of the inside of the card, even when the card stood on display. So you always need to make sure with this sort of design that you've got a nice matching interior and that it's nicely decorated. And that's what's great about buying this duo. You've got the lovely card front and you've got the coordinating insert, so you know it's going to look really good. So matching the corners there, and just giving it a little line up, which you can do with wet glue beautifully. There we have it. So what's going to stop this card from collapsing is actually one of the sentiments. I've got it here. I've chosen this one, Sparkle on Your Birthday. But I don't know whether you noticed on the sheet, there's quite a few lovely ones. There's one that says Cocktail Party. This one, Shaken or Stirred, Just for You, Happy Birthday. You can add them at random onto the front of the card as well, but you definitely need to keep one to make a stopper for your card to hold up. So that's that little set there. So I've put 2 lots of 3D foam on the back, and I'm just going to peel the protective paper off. And then stand the card up at the angle that you're going to want it and pop this in so that it holds it. I'm thinking about there. And now you can see I don't have to hold it anymore. It's holding itself up nicely, but it will still flatten down and go into an ordinary envelope. So I promised you some decoupage to go onto the front, and this is what gives it the extra lift, the extra little touches. So I've cut out from the side panel of the print the cocktails and 1 each of the umbrellas. That was as many as I wanted. There we go, it's going to go down on there, matching exactly. And again, I've put some 3D foam on the back, which is going to give it that 3-dimensional lift from the actual card. Just taking the protective paper off here, lining it up, beautifully, and pressing those little foam bits down. I've got the extra cocktail that's going to stand even in front of the arrangement, so it stands forward. So I've got more foam, just little bits here. I had to cut some of the squares of foam in half to support the glass. It was so slender at the bottom. And again, lining it up and pressing it down. So you can see now I've got quite a number of layers there, which look really nice. And as I promised you, the umbrellas, the sticks of course are already on the card. Just make sure that you line it up with the line that's going down there so that it looks like it belongs to the stick. And the same with the little pink one. 3D foam on the back. These are teeny tiny little 3D foam dots I've got there. And popping it on. And again, most importantly, making sure that the stick here follows through, doesn't look odd. There we have it. I've just got one more finishing touch. and I like to use glossy accents. I'm going to put this actually onto the strawberry. It makes it, first of all, it raises it up a little bit, which is always very nice, but it also makes it beautifully shiny when it's dry. It really does look good enough to eat. So I'm just spreading that around. I don't know whether you can see it in the camera. Giving it a nice thick coat. And once it's dry, it will look really lovely. So just let me show you a few of the other ones that are in this selection. I've put all the links at the bottom, but the series actually has a choice of 4. There are sparkly surrounds, and there's this plain shimmer surround. I think they call this the floral, and this one the shimmer. So you can choose between that, and there are also 2 choices of wording. You can have the one with the best cocktails or the ones we drink with friends words on, or you can have this one, and this one's got party balloons and things, and I put a little sentiment on there saying sparkle on your birthday, which I thought was rather appropriate. So as you can see, you can make a combination of cards from this little set, and they all look really lovely. But I still think that if you want to give a card that really wows, make the twisted easel card. It's really fun. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.